This is episode 1 of transforming my 1999 Honda CRV. What we're going to be doing is removing all the wheels and painting them black, as well as painting all the brakes green to match the green aspect of the car. What I've done is I've got the car up on some cinder blocks, resting off the ground. It's a light car, so the cinder blocks won't collapse. And I've gone ahead and removed all the wheels. Once we've got the wheels removed, we're going to go at the brake rotors in the rear with a wire brush. These brake rotors are actually in really good condition, and they still work really well. Just they're a bit rusty on the outside, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this wire brush and just wire wheel off all the corrosion and rust that we can. And then we're going to do that to the front as well, and make sure everything's a good, clean painting surface, so that when we put on this green paint to make these really pop out, it's going to stick well and we're not going to have any issues with wrinkling or chipping off. And once I've done that, we're going to move on to painting and wire brushing the wheels. Well, isn't that perfect timing? Fresh out, right as I go to pressure wash. So I guess we're wire wheeling the backside of the wheels right now. The reason why we're going to wire wheel the back insides of these wheels is because these wheels are the original wheels that came with this car, these rims, and they're actually in really good condition as well. For being around 22 years old, they've fared well. It's just they've got a bunch of corrosion and built-on gunk and stuff on the inside. So what we do is before we paint them, we're going to wire wheel them down, make them nice bare metal surface for our paint to bind to. It's not going to be perfect, but it'll be a lot better, and it will help preserve the wheels, so in the future, we're not going to have as much rust and grit and buildup and lumps of stuff. So, awesome. Battery's dead. As I'm wire brushing these wheels on the inside, I'm noticing in the rear wheels, not a lot of brake dust, but in the front wheels, there was a ton of brake dust. The main thing I'm noticing though is there's these lodgings of clusters of like rock into the metal. So I'm wondering what that is and if this is common. I don't think it is, I'm not sure. But anyways, they come out easy enough, and next thing we know, we're ready to paint these wheels. That's a good change. Now, this just needs to get sprayed. I'm gonna do silver, probably. Maybe. Yeah, we'll do silver. Well, paint table didn't like that. Alright, now we're going to clean off these wheels. Get them nice and clean so these paint will for sure stick. I'm cleaning off these rims with a mixture of water and crud cutter, and it seems to be working really, really well. And it gives me a nice paintable surface because it dries really quick and doesn't leave behind a residue, I find. I've used this a good few times and it's always worked really, really well. So I'm going to use it again in this case. You're more than welcome to use whatever you want to use if you're following this as sort of a tutorial. But we're going to clean off these rims really, really well and then put on a base coat of white on the inside and not on the outside of the rim. This is because I don't want to get white on the tires and because I don't really need that much white. They're already silver, so they should take the paint quite well. Second wheel's getting cleaned. About to do another coat on that one, so yay. I was originally going to paint these rims silver, but I quickly decided to go with black, and I am glad I did. These turned out beautifully. I ended up using Rust-Oleum trim and bumper for the black, and then coating it with some Rust-Oleum hammered finish in like a metallic black, and it looked fantastic, and it still does. Okay, so we've got this side front wheel off, and then now I'm going to put the white on this, put an Undercoat on this, and flip it over and paint the other side. and then start on this and get the other side up on blocks. Totally safe. 2 are done and looking sick. All that needs to be done is that one needs to be cleaned, and this one needs to be flipped over and painted on the front side. And then pressure washing the wheel wells. Alright, so now we're going to pressure wash the wheel wells. This is because this is a really old vehicle, like I said. It's a 1999. It's about 22, 23 years old. And it's just got a bunch of built-up stuff on the inside. It had some old undercoating. We're going to pressure wash that away, remove it all, and then start fresh. This is to give us basically a blank canvas, remove all the gunk and soot on the inside of the wheel wells. I do want to say thank you very much to Liam, my good bud, for bringing his pressure washer when mine decided to quit. Earlier I had some gas for it, and the gas didn't work. And then I couldn't get it started, it wouldn't start. I think it's blown a seal or a fuel pump or something, who knows. Anyways, we're going to be pressure washing out these wheel wells to get rid of all this gunk. And then we're going to let them dry, and we're going to undercoat them with some nice undercoating to prevent them from rusting up again, and all that inner bare metal from rusting, so they keep better. Once the wheel wells have dried, we're going to put some coats of underliner on them to prevent rusting up in the future. And we're going to then paint the brake rotors green, because I want it. Brake rotors are done. Hey. Awesome. Well, it started to drizzle a bit, but it's all painted. May not be the best paint job, but I'm more than happy with that. Now I just gotta get the tires on. Alright. Now we're putting the rims back on in the rain. I would definitely say the hardest part about this entire process was getting those rims back on. I was trying so hard not to scratch any of the new paint. I'm sure I did, but it's fine. In the end, it's not going to be that easy to see. But getting them back on, I had to adjust the jacks, I had to lift up one side, I had to lift up the other side of the car. And it was just a real sort of almost chore. And it was just pretty awkward in the end, but it was all worth it because these looked so great on the car, and knowing that I have that extra rust protection on the bottom of the car makes me feel a lot more confident to drive it and keep working on this car in the future, because it is an old one, but I do really like this car. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more with this car in the future, including adding some new accessories, so to say. It'll be fun. A big issue I had with putting these wheels back on my car was the locking wheel lugs. They were just fiddly. The key wasn't matching up all the time, and it was just fiddly. It was a bit annoying, but eventually I did get all wheels back on and still had the locking wheel lugs on the car, so I don't end up getting my wheels stolen, which was nice. And I think the silver kind of flashes against the black. I really like it. Now, all that's left to do is get the car off the jacks and off the cinder blocks, get it set back down on the ground, and give you a final result. I'm really proud of how this turned out. I really liked it. I'm definitely looking forward to doing more projects in the future like this, and I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'll leave y'all with some videos and photos of the final result. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch you on the next one. Alrighty, it's done. Especially rims, pads, and that undercoat.